or what is a peptilian? A peptilian is a peptide enthusiast whose life has been transformed by peptides. If you're watching this video, you just might be a peptilian.
What's up, Peptilians? Today we're getting into a good one. We're talking about exercise or workout in a bottle or workout in a vial, however they call it. I don't know. But today we're talking what is MOTS-c, what are the benefits, what are the side effects, who's it for, my results, and my protocols. Stay to the end so you can see my protocols, and hopefully this will help you. Remember, I'm not a doctor. This is not advice. This is only my experiences, and I'm sharing it with the world. So stay tuned, Peptilians. We got a lot to cover. So let's answer that first question. What is MOTS-c? MOTS-c is a naturally occurring mitochondrial-derived peptide composed of 16 amino acids, often called an exercise mimetic. It acts as a cellular signaling molecule that helps regulate metabolism, improve insulin sensitivity, and promote cellular repair and longevity. That is MOTS-c, guys. It's going to make you feel better. Your workouts are going to get intense. Your workouts are going to feel focused. Your energy is going to be driven into the right perspective. I don't know how to say that exactly, but in other words, your energy is going to go where it needs to go. You're going to feel it in places that you need to feel it whenever that workout kicks in. All right, so let's break down question number 2. So question number 2 is what are the benefits, right? We're talking MOTS-c here. Key benefits and uses. Metabolic health. It activates the AMPK pathway, which helps shift cells toward fat oxidation and improves glucose handling, making it a subject of research for obesity and type 2 diabetes. So the first thing we mentioned is that it activates AMPK, the AMPK pathway. Now let's understand what the AMPK pathway is. AMPK is a vital enzyme inside your cells that acts as a master energy sensor and regulator of metabolism. It turns on when energy is low, such as during exercise or fasting, to burn fat and save energy. So that's one of the benefits of MOTS-c, okay? It activates your AMPK. The second bullet point is cellular optimization. By putting cells into a survival mode similar to fasting or intense exercise, it prioritizes repair and maintenance over growth. We all know that if we want to grow, we got to repair first. That's fundamental in any kind of sport or even any kind of bodybuilding you're getting into. Bullet point number 3 is physical performance. Research in animals indicates it can increase endurance, prevent age-dependent muscle decline, and enhance metabolic flexibility. Well, that's a good benefit, guys. I don't want to age. I want my muscles to stay young. So MOTS-c seems like it has a couple of good benefits as far as that, right? So we can't just talk about the benefits without talking about the side effects. That would be irresponsible of me as a researcher. So let's get into the side effects. MOTS-c side effects are not fully documented in large human clinical trials, but reported actions from research and user data include injection site irritation, mild fatigue, and headaches. A couple of bullet points later, they talk about increased heart rate or brief palpitations in some users. They even talk about mild nausea or loose stools. All right, so let's answer question number 4. Question number 4 is who is it for? It's going to be for adults aged 35 to 55. Don't hold on to that one. Just hold on. Those with insulin resistance or pre-diabetes, individuals with metabolic syndrome or obesity. And then that's why I said don't hold on to the 35 to 55, because the last bullet point is athletes and active individuals. And this one I want to read out. It boosts mitochondrial biogenesis, which can enhance exercise endurance, physical capacity, and post-workout recovery times. Guys, part of a good workout, everybody knows, is your recovery. Recovery is very, very important. So that's definitely a good benefit, which leads me into number 5, which is my results. Your first things first is going to be my recovery. My recovery felt good. My mental clarity and my mental focus felt good. I would always do a 3-mile run pre-workout before I begin any workout. So what I would do is I would do a 15-minute mile when I first. That was my average pace, was 15 minutes per mile for a 3-mile run. And I went from a 15-minute mile to a 11-minute mile. That may not sound like a lot to most, but that's great for me. The other thing I noticed was my stair climber pace. It went from a 7 to a 9. Again, may not be great for most, but it was great for me. I noticed that my cardio got really good. Even my reps on, say, things like push-ups, pull-ups, things like that. Of course, I was also at the time doing retatrutide, and so like, you know, just my mental clarity and focus, everything. I knew that I was burning fat. I knew that I was getting these bursts of energy. There was a point in time I can remember one day in particular, and I had a couple of days like this, but there was one day, the first time it hit, I remember I could not get off the treadmill. I remember feeling so good that I had to tell myself to get off the treadmill. That day, I understood what Forrest Gump meant when he just felt like running. I probably looked like a weirdo at the gym. I know I got a couple of stairs, and just the amount of sweat dripping off my body, and like my shirt was drenched. But it felt so good to be able to feel that mental clarity, that runner's high that you get. I felt once I started hitting that, and I haven't felt that runner's high since high school. And so that was my results. And I went, and that was in a matter of 2 months. It was an 8-week protocol that I followed. So let's go back in now. Let's get into my protocol, right? Let's answer number 6, my protocol. So what was my protocol? It was 5 milligrams twice per week, so 10 milligrams a week. I would inject on Mondays and I would inject on Thursdays, pre-workout, first thing in the morning. Cycle for 8 weeks and 4 weeks off. Repeat if desired. That was my protocol. That was what I did. So hopefully this video helps somebody out there. This is my experience, and I'm just sharing it with the world. Peptilians, stay strong.